What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man. Super happy to be back. Let's go 2 for 2. This episode, I hope you're having a great day. One, and if you're not, just remember it's the thoughts in our head. We just got to learn how to change them. And if it's harder today, then fucking go do something physical. And trust me, the last couple of weeks, and I look forward to sharing more in the upcoming episodes, have been pretty fucking tough in certain days, on certain days, in certain moon cycles, or whatever the fuck is going on. Some of those days have been pretty tough, and I look forward to sharing those with you. But this episode, I wanted to talk about just reflecting on the last episode, the soccer episode. If you listened to that episode, I want to thank you for enduring my rant, for being there to listen, and also for those that sent me messages and reached out to me via social, via text messages. I appreciate that very much, and so I appreciate you guys. So I wanted to say thank you for that, because I did rewatch the episode, and I was definitely clearly upset, and I was still very on the high emotional level, because there was definitely some sections of that podcast where I was like, "Whoa, shit, Wilson, you got to calm the fuck down, man," because you were in it. So I just want to thank you guys for being there, and then watching it and listen to it. Because I also was like, man, I felt a certain way. I was like, man, for the viewers and the listeners, I'm like, this is like a real, like, it's not like I'm not raw, but like that was like really raw as far as like what I was feeling, how, emotionally upset. And I think for me, reflection wise, so update on that, a week later, we went, we got back. It was the last soccer game before they closed the fields out here. And, I talked it through with one of the homies, and then the other homies, we just kind of like, said our piece and didn't really get a chance to talk it all the way through, but maybe in January I'll do that. But all in all, a positive interaction when we got back, and the one homie, I told him, was like, dude, I definitely don't want to be there, and I don't want to be at that level with you or with anybody else on the team, because it's just not fun. And so that's it, right? Inner peace and inner learnings, really what happened. So I just wanted to thank you guys for listening. And what else did I want to say on that? Yeah. Okay. So the point, or the aha moment here, is just, for me, I think speaking on the podcast and sharing with you and sharing with someone, I think it's important when you're feeling that way, right? Something that Patty and I discuss sometimes. Patty comes in, sometimes she tells me, she's like, I just want you to listen. I don't need you to say anything to me. I don't need you to give me feedback. I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to listen to what I want, to her rant, or what she's talking about, or, whatever she's feeling at that time, but she just needs somebody to listen. I think that's important. So that's what I reflected on, as far as, if you are going through something, whether it's highly emotional at that moment, if you have the support, if you have someone that you can freely talk to, or talk to someone about it, I would highly encourage you to do so, because it definitely helps, right? It definitely helps you feel better. It took me a little bit of time for me, even after the podcast, to woosop, but I did notice that getting to the end of the podcast, I was a lot less angry than what I started initially. And then to remind you, like, I woke up with that. Like, you know what I mean? So nighttime routines are important too. But yes, the overall big picture here is just, if you're feeling something like that, just have someone to talk to, have someone to reach out to. And if you don't, feel free to reach out through socials or the messengers. You can always text us on here. Just that's the big picture. And again, secondly, that's who you were to me at that podcast, right? Me speaking and y'all listening and sending me text messages, things like that, was definitely words of encouragement. So I appreciate you guys for that. I wanted to let you know that that was important to me, that y'all did that, and that y'all listened and and kind of sat through a little bit of my anger there. So thank you. Really raw moment. I appreciate you guys. Keep crushing it. Don't forget, nothing changes until you do. We'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It's meaningful, right? Because we're going to grow. It's the only way that growth, or platforms and stuff like that. If you feel free to visit the website, ncuyd.com, sponsor an episode for $149. If that tickles your fancy, you get a badass shirt or a badass jacket. Now, if that's not in your budget, or extra savings for the holidays, feel free to tip the show too, because that'll keep us running. Thank you guys again. Keep crushing it. Don't forget, nothing changes until you do. Peace.